Bears training camp is almost here, and here are the 5 biggest storylines I'll be watching for during camp this year. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears offseason update discussion video, which I'll be doing throughout this entire offseason. Bears training camp, as I mentioned, is very close to being here. Rookies report tomorrow, veterans report on Friday, and we will be getting news updates probably this weekend. The media is going to be there. Fans are not allowed to attend practice until July. I believe it is 26th. Okay, that last Friday in July, that's the first practice open to the public, and tickets were extremely hard to get this year, so I only got tickets to one day, sadly, from a friend. So I will be attending on Saturday, July 27th, but unfortunately it's going to be mostly media updates otherwise, because it's so hard for us fans to get tickets to Hallis Hall with how pumped up Bears fans are about this season. But yeah, I will be having daily training camp update videos like I always do, discussing the latest news from camp and give you guys my opinions on that news. But in today's video, I want to kind of go over the 5 biggest storylines I'll be watching out for in camp this year. And let's just get into it, guys. So my number 1 biggest storyline of training camp is going to be, how does Caleb Williams look? Okay, does he appear NFL ready, and has he progressed since the OTA period? I'm sure that this is going to be what most Bears fans will be tuning into camp coverage for, to see how rookie quarterback Caleb Williams is progressing. For better or for worse, this is going to be overanalyzed every single day, okay? Every interception, every good pass, every good touchdown, every bad mistake is going to be hyper-analyzed, because that's what us Bears fans do. During training camp, we have nothing better to do. But obviously, I hope that Bears fans will be a little bit, understanding of the fact that Caleb is a rookie quarterback that is bound to make mistakes during practice. And even if he does make, fantastic plays in practice, it is only practice. So I hope we don't see too many overreactions, but overreactions are bound to happen. But more than that, guys, I just want to see him just get better and better every single day in practice. Okay, master the cadence, master the playbook, gain chemistry with his teammates, learn from his mistakes. And I just want him to be as ready as possible for the start of the NFL season, because even though he is a rookie quarterback, guys, expectations are super high for the Chicago Bears this year. With the roster that we have a roster that's ready to start winning football games right now. So it's really going to depend on how fast Caleb can adjust to the NFL level in regards to how many games we'll be winning this year. I really feel like, right? Because the defense, I think, is solid. The playmakers around Caleb are really solid. Offensive line has some question marks, but should be good enough to win with. If Caleb can be a league average quarterback in 2024, the Bears could be winning a lot of football games, and that starts with having a solid Bears training camp. My second biggest storyline to watch out for in Bears training camp is, what's the situation at edge 2? Do the Bears sign somebody a couple days before camp like last year, or maybe during camp, or does a young player unexpectedly emerge? The situation at edge 2 right now is a little bit troublesome. We got some guys in there that could hold down the fort if Montez Sweat stays healthy. And that's going to be the big key with this season on defense. Montez Sweat needs to stay healthy, because he's the only star we have at pass rusher right now, at least at defensive end. Hopefully, Javon Dexter can develop into a star on the interior, but at defensive end, Montez Sweat is the only, true star that we have. And at edge 2 right now, we have DeMarcus Walker starting, and DeMarcus Walker in the second half of last season did have a few pretty solid games, especially when Montez Sweat came in. He was racking up more sacks, racking up more pressures, but he's also not anything close to a Montez Sweat, right? And behind DeMarcus Walker, we have the rookie Austin Booker, who we drafted in round 5 this year. He has a lot of high upside, but could be a little raw coming into the NFL because he barely played in college football. And we also have Khalid Kareem, Dominic Robinson, and Jacob Martin at defensive end. Hardly an inspiring group of backup defensive ends. So I do kind of think that Ryan Poles is going to sign somebody right before camp. Maybe it could be Yannick Ngakoue again. He's still available. He knows the system. He's not really that good, I would say, and he did not live up to his contract. We paid him last year, but maybe on a cheaper deal, like 1 year, $4 million, 1 year, $5 million, maybe that could work just to have him back, to get a body at defensive end. Or you could look at the other guys that are available. There's not really many great players available at defensive end, obviously, at this point, because it's, middle of July. So if DeMarcus Walker can have a fantastic camp, or if Austin Booker can develop a little bit quicker than expected, That would be fantastic news for the Bears at edge too, because right now we have a lot of question marks at that spot. My third biggest storyline of Bears training camp is going to be the daily battles we see between the wide receivers and the cornerbacks on this roster. The two most talented position groups on the Bears roster, in my opinion, without question, are wide receiver and cornerback, and we get to see the two go head to head every single day in practice. Okay, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Rome Odunze versus Jalen Johnson, Tyreek Stevenson, and Kyler Gordon. It's going to be must-see TV. I'm sure the Hard Knocks crew is going to capture a lot of these battles on video. If you're going to camp, it's going to be fun to see these battles happen in real life. And it's just a case of iron sharpening iron, okay? I know a lot of people say that every single year, but in this case, that's what's truly happening, okay? Two really talented position groups going at it every single day and making each other better. The rookie Rome Odunze can learn a lot from opposing cornerbacks like Jalen Johnson, like Tyreek, like Kyler Gordon, and even the veterans, you know, like Keenan Allen, like DJ Moore. They can become better versions of themselves by going up against the talented cornerbacks they have to go up against, and vice versa for a young secondary. Okay, Jalen Johnson already has established himself as a CB1 in the NFL, but looking at Tyreek, looking at Kyler Gordon, still guys that are pretty young, guys that took massive steps up last year, but still have a lot to learn. These reps in camp going up against the best receivers in the NFL is going to really benefit their careers a lot. Okay, they're going to learn a lot from what these guys do in camp, and they're going to learn how to defend guys like that when the games actually start. So that's my third biggest storyline. My fourth biggest storyline then is going to be the competition at center. Okay, right now we don't know who's going to be starting at center for the Chicago Bears in 2024. In OTAs, Ryan Bates and Coleman Shelton split time at starting center, so it's going to depend on camp to see who actually starts week 1. And this is a pretty massive storyline because center has been a revolving door for the Bears the past couple years. I mean, we've had such bad center play, and for a rookie quarterback, center play can be pretty important. Okay, we have seen our other rookie quarterbacks like Mitch Trubisky, like Justin Fields, really struggle sometimes with bad center play. So I'm hoping and praying that Caleb can get a decent one in front of him, and you know, hopefully that's one of Coleman Shelton or Ryan Bates. Again, I'm not sure who's going to be starting there. At this point in time, it's going to depend on who has a better camp. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be Coleman Shelton just because he started more games, I should say, at center the last couple years when Ryan Bates was a guard, you know, a lot of the time. But obviously Bates can play guard, Coleman Shelton can play guard if need be too. Both of them have that inside versatility, which, you know, I really love. And it's going to be interesting to see who really steps up and claims this starting center job. And then lastly, my fifth storyline of Bears training camp is going to be the punt and kick returner situation. Who emerges? Does Velus Jones make the team at the kick returner spot because of the new kickoff return rules, which encourage a lot more returning of kicks? It's going to be interesting to see what actually happens at those positions. I don't think Velus Jones is going to make the team at punt returner because he has struggled mightily at punt returner with fumbling. His rookie year, he fumbled multiple times at punt returner. He's been a lot better as a kickoff return guy, solely focusing there. He has not fumbled on kickoff returns and actually has a pretty high average return yards per kickoff return. So if Velus does make the team, it's probably going to be at that spot. But at punt returner, you know, maybe it could be Dante Pettis. We re-signed Dante Pettis, so that could be a way for Dante Pettis to make the roster. Otherwise, I have been hearing that Rome Odunze got some time at punt returner in OTAs, but I'm not sure how I feel about that. Such a talented receiver. I don't know if I want to risk him at punt returner. I know that returning punt is important. Field position is very, very important, but it seems like too much of a risk to put a guy you selected in the top 10 at punt returner. Okay, I really hope that that doesn't happen, and I'd rather have, you know, maybe a Dante Pettis, maybe a new signed guy, you know, take that spot, but we'll see what happens there. But yeah, those are my 5 biggest storylines of Bears training camp that I'll be watching out for. Leave yours down below in the comments. What will you be watching out for? Let me also know down below if you're going any days of training camp. I'd love to meet you guys if you guys are going on Saturday, July 27th. But otherwise, I sadly won't be there because I wasn't able to get tickets to any other days. But yeah, I'll be back with daily training camp update videos very, very soon, probably starting on Saturday. So be on the lookout for those videos. Leave your comments down below. As always, bear down.